Hi, this is Bob Kay from the AMD World Championship. We're here at the 2010 Sturgis Rally, and I have Debaise brothers with their entry into the World Championship. We're going to talk a little bit today about some of the design objectives, why the choice of components, and just get some real technical information on this fine-looking chopper. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your design objectives and your chassis design here to start with?
All right, we actually came up with a theme for this bike through a biker build-up that we did, Connecticut versus New York State. We wanted to go with a medieval Gothic look for the bike, being we're going to New York. So we sat down and between everyone in our shop, we came up with the ideas of running the coffin gas tank and the stretch frame. Everything on the bike is handmade in our shop. We went with a redneck front end, Springer front end, which we modified. We also used a RevTech 110-inch motor that we did some minor internal work to. It's a 5-speed RevTech transmission. It runs a 250 Mezzo tire in the rear and a Mezzo tire in the front also. The rims were cut in our shop and all laser cut out by our gentleman called Paul Best. He does all our laser work for us. The lanterns that you see are off of styled after a coffin-like style horse-drawn in the old days hearse, and those are hand spun over metal and wooden chucks, like the old style ways to fabricate metals. And also with the fenders that were spun in-house and then fabricated and laser cut with a Celtic chain in the side. Also in the belt drive it's got a Celtic cross that's laser cut into it. VDL supplied us with the belt drive to help us out, and you can see on that side is a suicide shifter which is machined in our and routed in our shop. It has a clutch lever on the shifter itself, so you just squeeze the clutch lever and make the shift. On this side we have one brake pedal with a proportionate valve, so it does both the front and rear brake at the same time. The copper oil tank was also spun in-house and fabricated. The pipes, pretty much everything on the bike except for the motor transmission was made in-house. It has sword-style handlebars with internal throttle cable. Like I said, we went with the medieval look to basically go with that Gothic New York thing. It was painted by Jay, our in-house painter from Excess Paint. It's actually a root beer color over black. It's really hard to see in the light. There's graphics on the front fender, the tank, and the rear fender. They're almost like holograms. You can't really see them until the light hits them, and then they stick right out. And you can see them really well. That's pretty much it.
Well, I notice there's just such a tremendous amount of detail in this bike when you start going from one end to the other. How long does it take? What kind of hours do you have in a project like this?
The bike was concepted. We had to have 7 weeks from concept to building the bike and riding it to New York. So it's basically being done in 7 weeks of putting the whole thing together in the shop, and also running a business at the same time. So it was kind of a challenge, but we got a lot of talented people in our shop. Probably over 150 years of experience between all our guys, and everyone stepped up to the plate and made it happen.
Well, that's a pretty incredible effort to go into this. Like many of the builders, we really appreciate the dedication and effort, and you take the time to make it to the World Championship. And these are the type of quality bikes that really make a difference and make the AMD World Championship what it is. Thank you. We really appreciate you coming here.
Thank you, and it's an honor to be here.
Hello, I'm Shelby, and you're watching the AMD World Championships of Custom Bike Building vidcast. We are sponsored in part by Big Dog Motorcycles, Crane Cams, S&S.